Welcome to the Adrian Area Chamber's Ask a Member. I'm Ann Hughes, President of the Adrian Area Chamber of Commerce, and it's my pleasure today to welcome Sister Peg O'Flynn, who's the Director of the Weber Center Retreat and Conference Center, and Sue Huter, who manages the Weber Center Book and Gift Shop. Welcome, ladies.
Welcome. Thank you. Delighted to be here.
Peg, you and I we were just talking about when Weber Center started, and so many people don't know that Weber Center's out there.
I know. It's a secret.
Give us a bit of history.
Well, we have this building which is behind the Mother House, which is Weber Center. It was originally set up as our formation house. But in the late 60s, we no longer needed the large facility, so how can we utilize the space? So at that time, it was turned into a retreat and conference center, a place where anyone that would want to come to one of our programs, a program that we would sponsor, or they could bring their group in and rent our facility. And the mission of Weber Center comes through the Adrian Dominican Sisters, and it's a mission of hospitality and service. We are known for our hospitality. And it's a very sacred space. And we had this phrase, enter the center. And I think, or I do know, that anyone who enters the center, just walking in one of those lobby doors, you know you're in someplace special. And so it's sad that we don't have more people from the area that would come and use the center for private time, for quiet time, bringing their groups in. We basically service nonprofit groups. However, there are occasions where we can host a for-profit group.
What kind of groups do you come in and use the center?
Well, first of all, we do sponsored programs.
Which
means? Sponsored programs mean that we find the speakers, we are totally in charge of the program, and we have a whole brochure of programs, and I get speakers from around the United States, from around the area. I've had them from England, Father Timothy Radcliffe. I have a speaker coming from New Zealand. She's coming in April. And again, it's ecumenical. I really try to focus our programs so individuals from any faith dimension would be able to participate. Another plus of the sponsored programs is we do have scholarships available. So someone that would like to come to the program and feels they're too expensive, they just have to ask, are there scholarships available? We have the money, we have a yearly book sale, used book sale, and from the monies from there is what we use for our scholarships. And we also have hosted programs where a church or an organization would come and they want to bring their group in for a retreat, for a board meeting, for an educational event. They have the speaker, they just tell us the room that they want, that they need lunch, that they need a social, and we will see that their requests are honored. So that's our hosted group. Now we've just ventured into another area with a whole group of interested individuals from the Adrian area with our Linaway Lifelong Learning.
That's really a unique program.
Yes, and so Weber Center is the host campus for the Linaway Lifelong Learning. And I just encourage anyone who's interested in learning more about the Linaway Lifelong Learning. We do have a website, linawaylifelonglearning.org. And it does have our spring program, which will be in March and April. And we have classes on Thursdays. We have 8 wonderful classes that are going to be presented. So that's kind of a new venture that we have at Weber.
It's kind of like, reminds me of a mini elder hostel.
Yes, the Linaway
type program.
Long Learning. The other aspect that we have is if someone wants to come for a weekend, they just need time to get away, they want to make a private retreat, they can come Friday and leave on Sunday, and for $55 a night, meals included, and a quiet space, they're welcome to come, or they can come during the week, which is usually better because it's quieter at Weber.
So I could bring my sewing machine and my fabric and come out for the
weekend.
Yes, you could.
Just in fact, you were talking about Weber sponsored programs, and Ann and Barb Harvey have a retreat every year. It's called Peace Work, Soul Work. And And the women we transform our ground floor with sewing machines and ironing boards and patches on the wall where the women do quilting and also have time for reflection.
Right, that's a great,
yeah.
That's a great time.
And that's about 10, 12 years that we've been,
well, at least.
We've been doing that. So we would certainly welcome more people. Now, with all the people who come in, we have another special part of Weber, and it's a center shop, which many people have taken advantage of. So, Sue, maybe you'd like to.
See, she's taking the interview. Well, tell us about the Weber Center shop, Sue.
At the shop, of course, we're religious based, but we also serve other sources, other people in the community. It's not just a Catholic bookstore, even though we're on the campus of the Adrian Dominican Sisters. And as she was saying, they bring in different groups, and with those, we try and touch base with the groups that are coming in so that we can bring in material that will support those programs that are coming in, whether it's a Serenity Retreat, whether it is for someone that is bringing in for a prayer time. And so we work with our guests that are coming in that way. We have other things other than just books. We have gifts that are available. We have a lot of cards, and there are many religious cards, and they're appropriate for those that are really looking for something that has a spiritual base to it. We have some fun ones too.
Well, you're a beautiful resource, in particular for sympathy cards.
Yes.
I go out periodically and stack up on sympathy cards because they just say the right thing.
Yeah.
And liturgical music.
We do.
That's
we
right.
have music. We have inspirational music and CDs that are available if you need something for a background for meditation. And now coming up with the spring, we'll be looking more into First Communions, baptismal gifts, so that there's a place that people can reach that. We have a lot of rosaries. We have a wide selection of rosaries for those that are looking for a new one, a replacement one, something special. Those even for First Communions. We carry some of the Bibles for the young people that are going into their First Communion, and they can be inscribed with names and dates on them if they let us know enough ahead of time.
Okay.
So we really have a wide variety, and it is really a joy to work with the groups coming in and with Sister Peg as she brings in different groups to see what we can do to support those ministries.
Okay. What are your hours?
We are open from 8:30 to 11:30, and then from 12:15 to 4:30, Monday through Saturday. And when there are special groups that need it, I can stay open on Friday evenings a little later to support those groups, as long as we know ahead of time. So there's someone there all the time.
Okay. Peg, explains to us how you get to Weber Center.
Thank you. That was my next thing. People say it's on the campus of Siena Heights. It is not on the campus of Siena Heights University. I would suggest you go down 52 till you get to Siena Heights Drive, and go to all the way down Siena Heights Drive, past all the buildings. You see Siena Heights University, the field house is on the right, you pass the Mother House complex. At the very end of all the buildings is a driveway, and you'll see a sign that says Weber Center. Follow the driveway all the way around.
Long way around.
A long way around. I would say, I just really wish I invite anyone to come and see the facility. Once you find it, you'll know how to get there. And come to the lobby and ask for Peg O'Flynn, or Linda Brayman is our associate director, or someone from the shop, Sue or Nancy, and we gladly take someone on a tour. I think sometimes people don't know that we exist, so I would love to have people come. It is just a sacred place, and I think that's something that we all need, irregardless of your faith dimension.
Yeah, well, the history on that campus is just is absolutely incredible.
You
I
know,
might add, Sister Peg, that another thing that I have done for some of those that are looking for the way to get in is if they have email, I've emailed them a map of the campus. And that way they can see where they're going. And that's brought several people in and made it easier for them to find us.
Okay, that's a good idea.
a wonderful, one of the programs we're going to have for the Lenawee Lifelong Learning is a history of the Adrian Dominican sisters from Regensburg to the present time by our sister Nadine Foley, who's a historian.
Oh, wow.
So that is going to be awesome. So I strongly encourage anyone who doesn't, when I hear, oh, we didn't know you were here. We've only been there for over about 130 years. Really, just to come, I think it would be a wonderful experience.
What are some of the other lifelong learning classes coming up?
Buddhism with Michael McGrath from Adrian College. I believe he's there right now, the history department. The Civil War in Lenawee County by Ray Leonard. We're looking for someone to do the iPad, iPhone. We said perhaps we should get one of the grandkids because they know more about it than the rest of us.
We might be able to help you with that.
Yeah. Oh, good. And The Language of Film by Father Roland Calvert. He's very good on film. Family Origins, Lenawee County and its role in the Underground Railroad.
Which was huge.
And Reading and Writing Contemporary Poetry. So on, how could I do this? February 24th. We're going to have it advertised. There's going to be another kickoff where you can come and hear about the programs from some of the instructors and register for the programs.
Okay, well let us know about that. We'll help
advertise
we'll help
it.
publicize
Yeah,
that.
because Lenawee Lifelong Learning is
a chamber member.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's the next big program coming up at Weber?
You know, we have one coming up in April with this woman from New Zealand. And it's going to be on basically spirituality, and she's quite renowned throughout the world. And but then in June, one of the best programs we have is the Holy Land experience. You know, a lot of us would like to go to the Holy Land again, irregardless of our faith background. But because of expenses, because of age, because of many things. So what we have is what we call an armchair land or Holy Land pilgrimage. And it starts on Monday, June, it's filled up for this year, we just have a waiting list. It starts on Monday and ends on Saturday. And through film, through lectures, through going from one room to the next, you really do feel like you have visited the Holy Land, and it's a week long. And this past year, we had an added dimension. We had a camel that came. Now the camel, we have a group picture taken in front of the mother house, and so the camel kind of just was part of the picture. You know, it looked like the camel was there for the. But we just use rooms at Weber, and redo them with.
That's interesting.
Yes, it's an awesome program. I wish I could get more people from the area to partake in something like that.
Okay.
Weber Shop can support that because we are part of that program then. We get to be the gift shop. So we bring in a lot of merchandise from Bethlehem, from the Holy Land. We have a supplier that brings it in, and we can bring in nativities and statues and rosaries. And so that's one of the programs that is really fun to be a part of, to bring all these new things in and to be a gift shop for the Armchair Holy Land trip.
That's great. Very good. What's one thing? one last thing. How do people get a hold of you?
My number is 517-266-4015. I'm usually there all the time. I'm there too much.
Okay, and the main switchboard?
Probably like you.
Yes. The main switchboard number?
Is 266-4000.
Okay, and Sue, direct line to the bookstore?
266-4035.
Okay. So, ladies, thank you very much.
Well,
this has been informative and pleasurable, and look forward to having you back again.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Thank you.